I'm gonna run for mayor, and my only campaign promise is that I'm gonna take out all the bike lanes. We got 6 months of snow here.
Well, hello and welcome to my channel.
Whoa.
Last week I posted a video advocating for bike lanes. It is something I believe in, and I am very, very grateful that in my city, Edmonton, Alberta, City Council actually decided to do something for cyclists and invest over the next 5 years $100 million into the construction of bike lanes, bike infrastructure. They call it the bike plan. It's pretty amazing. It's trend-setting, actually, and I hope it's actually going to happen the way that it is proposed. Now, for City Council to pass that, it is almost a given that they will make a whole lot of enemies. And you watch it, like the slightest thing about these bike lanes, when it goes wrong, it could cost them all their jobs, because
we got 6 months of snow here.
There are a lot of people that are opposed to bike lanes, period. And some of them will take it to extremes. Last week I posted a video that was only a few seconds long, definitely under a minute. Or it was just about a minute, I think, advocating for bike lane. Like I said, I showed a picture of my femur, I should say my thigh, where it's got a big scar in that, because I had a collision with an automobile once while I was riding a bike. My femur was fractured in several places. It needed surgery. It was a horrible time, I tell you. It even got infected. But anyways, I believe that bike lanes can prevent accidents like that. Now, as soon as you talk about them, there will be people that will shut their eyes and their ears and everything, and they will do whatever they can to scream out loud toward the messenger, me.
If a goddamn cyclist blocks traffic for more than 40 seconds, I should be allowed to mow him down.
There was a guy who commented, and I think his YouTube name is Red Crow or something like that.
Actually, if a cyclist impedes traffic for more than 45 seconds, it should be legal to mow him down.
Someone
commented that it should be legal for people to mow down a cyclist if he blocks traffic for more than 45 seconds. Be afraid, he said at the end of this. So this is really what I'm making the video about, because guys like that, not only are they blind, because, like, don't you realize that bike lanes will actually help take cyclists off the road so you, with your car, can actually drive better without having to look for cyclists, without having to brake when there's one? However, regardless of all that, this person threatening violence against cyclists, regardless of what happens with bike lanes and everything else, should never be allowed to be on the road, period. If you have this attitude, threatening violence against other traffic participants, that is road rage while you're not even driving. You're sitting at your computer or on your phone, hopefully not in the car while you're in control of it. But yeah, I saw this as a threat against all cyclists, especially myself, because be afraid. You're actually advocating for violence, advocating for murder, guy. So this has no place anywhere on social media. And I hope you turn in your driver's license and never get behind that steering wheel again. Of course, I'm not naive. I know that's not going to happen. But guys, it's people like that we're up against. They will destroy anything to do with bike lanes as soon as they see the opportunity. And there's some kind of hate there against cyclists that I don't know where it is coming from, because you're absolutely not doing anything wrong riding your bike. You're actually contributing to a better world, because a bicycle is a great mode of transportation that doesn't burn fossil fuels, doesn't pollute the environment, doesn't take up a lot of space on the road. That's why bike lanes are a lot narrower than car lanes, and they're also a lot safer because you're traveling by default at a safer speed. So I don't understand it. You can fill me in on what the secret is, what should be done with people who threaten violence against cyclists. But, it's not too far-fetched, because there are lots of close calls. And on our local bicycle group on Facebook, every so often, you can read about close calls, people harassing bicycles, rolling down their window when they're passing one, yelling at them, going extra close, coal rolling them, when the big diesel truck, you step on it and a big black cloud comes out. Guys, that's a form of assault, but people do that here in Alberta. They do that on purpose. I hope in your city there's a better attitude toward cyclists, and generally I think in Edmonton there's too, but there's just a certain percentage of people that make everybody who has perhaps some criticism about bike lanes look bad, because of course they all get kind of put into the same category. And I know there have been bike lanes that were poorly built, and it's not always clear cut. It's not put a bike lane just anywhere in any way that you can. I realize that it needs to be done properly, but ultimately bike lanes have the potential to improve our city, make transportation better, more sustainable, and for cyclists, a whole lot safer. Now, if you never ride a bike, you should still appreciate bike lanes, because it'll take cyclists off the road, away from your car. Now, isn't that awesome? So leave me a comment. Do you agree with me, or am I just dreaming? Somebody commented, this is Edmonton and we have 6 months of winter and there's snow. Well, so what? You put on an extra layer, a hat, and the bike lanes that we have, if they're cleared of snow, it could be minus 30. You put some hand warmers on and stuff, and it is still at least as convenient and at least as good as it is to drive your car, because you have to get out and scrape your windshield, or you have to let that thing idle for half an hour so everything thaws all around it, shovel off the snow. Well, we all struggle in the winter, so what do you want? Cycling is not that bad any time of year. It's hard on the bike, but I've seen cars with holes in them from the rust that the salt eats into them. And, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to have a problem in the winter. That's just the way it is. We'll all get through it. Some of us prefer to do it on our bikes. Thank you very much.
If a cyclist impedes traffic for more than 45 seconds, it should be legal to mow him down.
Is that a threat? Is that a joke? Either way, if that's a threat, it is ridiculous. You're criminal. Red Crow, whatever you call yourself. And if it's a joke, it's, to say the least, it's very tasteless. This person obviously is not fit to drive their car anywhere. It's not just cyclists who have to be afraid of that guy. It's everybody around them. There you go. Thanks for listening to my rant, and I hope everybody gets along out there on the road. There's no point with that road rage stuff, guys. That has never led to any good results. I'm not going to tell everybody to ride their bikes, but there are a lot of people, believe me, that would ride their bikes in a heartbeat if it was safe to do so. And that's the whole point. We need the infrastructure that makes it possible. Once that is there, you'd be surprised how many people would turn up even when it's minus 20, minus 15 or whatever. You know, I have a merch store now on my YouTube channel, and well, keep your eyes open because soon I'm going to have something there that advocates for bike lanes. So if you're with me, if you're in support of bike lanes in your city, you're going to like this because it's in the design phase right now, but there's going to be something that you can order from my merch store that is going to tell everybody what your stand is on bike lanes.